That's not fair. We're not allowed. We weren't allowed. Thank you, taxpayers of Pennsylvania. I got it 4 years ago. We've got a $4 million facelift to that building to preserve our history here. And passing the Japanese place up here on the left, you're gonna look up the hill and you're gonna see a church. That beautiful church is called St. Mark's. St. Mark's Church was built in the 1840s by Asa Packer. He hired artisans from all over the world to come build that church, including his mansion and his son's mansion. She sent her artisans from Windsor Castle to help build that church in the 1840s, 1850s. And as we come up to the intersection, you guys are going to see a mansion up on the hill, that brick mansion dead ahead. If you've been to Disney World or Disneyland, that mansion might look familiar. If you want to do some biking, you didn't bring bikes, don't sweat it because you're going to rent bicycles over here. And if you're too old and you got bad knees or whatever the heck's wrong with you, you can rent e-bikes. So you have no excuse. In the 1800s. Coming up on the left is the Asa Packer Mansion. He also it's the only house in America, the first house in America built on steel frame too. Do you know why he did that?
No.
Because he could. Let's head to the east side of town now. We're rolling over the Lehigh River. The Lehigh used to move the coal on river barges until the 1820s, and then they switched to a canal system. But the Lehigh River dumps into the Delaware River in eastern Pennsylvania, which is about 53 miles away from here. We're on the east side now, which is the German and Polish side of town over here. I said he was born in 1888. wound up in Carlisle playing football for the Carlisle Indian football team and minor league baseball in 1911. Went on to qualify for the Olympic Games in 1912, where he won gold medals in both events, the pentathlon and the decathlon. Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. He's the only statue in the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. He also was an incredible baseball player. 9 seasons for Major League Baseball, including the Giants, when they were a baseball team. Cincinnati Reds and teams like that. He played professional basketball, professional ice hockey, professional lacrosse, professional basketball. He became a world champion ballroom dancer, and he was also a scratch golfer. His Native American name was Bright Path. You can see the 73 movies. So he was like an extra in a bunch of Hollywood films, which was nice of them. A couple in Indian movies. Like I said, if you really want to, there's a new movie about Jim right now. It's called Bright Path, like the sign here. Bright Path. The movie is going to be coming out at a movie theater near you, and you're going to want to see this film for sure when it comes out. Anyway, so we're going to be heading down into the Lehigh Gorge. To Jim Thorpe's gravesite, to the Lehigh Gorge State Park, where we have our Glenanoka waterfalls and hiking, biking, whitewater rafting areas and stuff like that. All right, so we're heading down into the Lehigh Gorge State Park, the 4,300-acre state park, home of the Glenanoka waterfalls across, and hundreds of trains a week will be running through her, delivering the anthracite to Bethlehem Steel and all the steel companies around the country. It became an environmental disaster until the 1950s. In the 1950s, the state of Pennsylvania acquired the land, and now it's a 4,300-acre state park. Their wingspan is like 6 feet, and they nest here and have young here eaglets here every year. And in 1877, they carved a train tunnel right over here through the mountain to accommodate 2 trains at the same time. In 1877, they closed it in the 1950s, and now it's called the Turnhole Tunnel. They used to call it. It was closed by New Jersey Northern. And we're heading along the tracks here. This is where Big Boy ran, by the way, about 10 days ago. The big train came right through here. Yeah, the world's largest steam train, 1,200,000 pounds. And it spent the night here last Wednesday into Thursday, and then it headed to Philadelphia for the 250th. And well, that's huge. All right, but what I did not tell you until now, today, you are on the world's first and only trolley coaster. We had 37,000 fatalities in the mines in the 1800s, you guys, and if you were a miner and your husband got killed, which happened all the time, the mine company, if they found your husband's body, would dump it off on your front porch and give you 72 hours to find another husband. Or if you had an 11-year-old boy child, you could send into the mines to take his place. If not, you were kicked out immediately to make room for another miner and his family. That's right. And then finally, around the 1860s, the Irish organized, they unionized, they called their union the Molly Maguires. They blew up a bunch of mine shafts. They killed a couple people too. Yes, they did. And they wanted better condition, a better space, so they went on strike in the 1860s. All right, coming up on the corner there, this is the courthouse. Yes, this is the courthouse where the Molly Maguires were tried and found guilty to be executed in this courthouse right here. It was June of 1877, where 4 of them were hanged at the jail here on Broadway. Like I said, most historians believe that they were falsely accused, convicted, and executed for murders they did not even. Also, there's a ghost that lives in there. Her name is Madeline. Inside the inn, it used to be called the White Swan Hotel. And coming up on the right over here, this building over here used to be the mortuary, the local mortuary. Now it's the House of Jerky. And we're on Millionaire's Row now, and we're, like I said, more millionaires living here than anywhere in America. And coming up on the right here is the Demick Library, built by Mr. Demick in 1889. He was one of those rich guys. We're coming up to the Mauch Opera House. It's one of the first vaudeville theaters in America. Al Jolson, Mae West, and Charlie Chaplin used to perform here. It's on the right here. It was built by Harry Packer in 1881. Like I said, Charlie Chaplin used to perform here. And now it's a good place to come see a show. We have good cover bands here. We had a Doors show on Friday and Saturday nights. That's a good place to go. Is the place on the right back there. That was called Mary and Hose, which is a good place to have a bite to eat as well. That's open today. It was the old fire company that's a restaurant now called Mary and Hose. Anyway, we're coming up to the old jail now. This old jail was built in 1897. It was an active jail until, believe it or not, 1996. We're still inmates here. Is June 21st, 1877, was known as the Day of the Rope. That's when Alexander Campbell, Edward Kelly, Michael Doyle, and John Donahue were all hanged inside here at the same time, in the gallows inside the cell block here. A year later, 3 more of the Molly Maguires were executed here, a total of 7 of them. Most historians do believe that they were falsely accused and convicted of murders they did not commit. The attorneys worked for the coal companies, and the prosecutors worked for them. They actually covered all the roads with dirt and everything, and underneath of us there's an aqueduct that runs under the town. This aqueduct was built in the 1840s, and it used to overflow here because we had so much rain above us. Until we got a dam, we don't have floods anymore, but over 200 people died from the flooding and until 1973. But if you look to the left, you can also see where the water used to overflow and flood the town. You can also see on the left where we have our Vietnam Memorial too. And I don't know, do we have any veterans? This is where you guys can do some camping. They have tent camping here. They have cabins you can rent if you want to rent a cabin. You can do that. And I think you guys should do that with the kids. You with the young family back there?
Oh yeah.
Have you gone camping yet? You should.
No.
Well, you have little cabins you could get. I mean, listen, you guys could go spend 10 grand in 5 days at Disney, right? You'll spend a couple $100 and you'll make better memories at a place like this than you ever will at Disney World. Mr. Staben is an artist that set up an art gallery and museum here. And on the left, he is closed though, and he's only open Thursday through Sunday. He's got an art gallery, museum, and restaurant there. And on Friday nights, he has jazz performances there. So if you like jazz, that's a good place to go. He also was the creator of one of the Kiss album covers, Victor. And he just did an album cover last year for the band Los Lobos. Really good place to go get a bite to eat too. Really good burgers and wings and stuff like that. And on the right, across from the Opera House, is Race Street. And down Race Street, there's a really good gluten-free restaurant called Stone Row. And it's really, really good. And let's see if the beer place is open. No, it's not. Looks like Mavicol is open though, which is a Colombian clothing store. And on the right is Jim Thorpe Olive Oil Company. You might want to check that place out. And on the corner over here, next to the corner, is a place called Curiosities, the best ice cream in town. And coffee. And on the left here, if you guys are here overnight and you're looking for a bar that's open past 9 o'clock, it's right here, called Oro's. It's the only bar open past 9. It's open till 2 a.m. Believe it or not, that's a good thing. And if you guys want to take the edge off, you got to stop for some moonshine right here at Nomad Distillery. That's right.